Hi guys! With the holidays fast approaching, I thought I'd send you a little video. I know holiday season can be wonderful. It can also be quite stressful with travel and families and relationships. Add on a little alcohol, can all lead to some dread, anxiety, and angst. Some examples are, right? My sister's going to be there with her boyfriend who I can't stand. My mother, she's going to make it all about her. Oh, my father, he's going to criticize everything about me, from the way I raise my kids to the way I dress. Oh, my cousin, she's going to drink too much and say something that is going to create tension and a possible fight in the family. Sound familiar? So let's talk about how do we walk into it differently this year. And I'm going to give you some tools. Here are some tools. Tool number 1. Remember that you are no longer that 7, 11, 14-year-old in the family, which means you don't have to resort back to old behaviors just because others do. Okay? When you feel yourself getting triggered, it's triggering your younger self. I'd like you to have an internal conversation. Take yourself away and ask yourself, what if my father's negative and is criticizing me? He can behave that way, but I don't have to react as I did when I was a child. My father's need to be judgmental is actually no bearing on me or what I do. This is his need for control and his unhappiness talking. It's not mine. I don't want it. Tell yourself I am not responding as my 7-year-old, nor do I have to become defensive or explain myself. Let it roll off you. You won't take it in. Tool number 2. If I have something to say, I will speak from my mature adult self who will speak on behalf of my triggered child state. Example. My sister's boyfriend starts talking about the money he's made and how I could have been part of the deal but was really stupid for turning it down. We can get blaming and saying, Jeff, you never gave me a chance to respond. By the time I called you back, you said it was too late. Or I can speak on behalf of my reaction from my mature adult part of me and say something like, Jeff, I'm really glad for you that you've made all that money. I'm not sure what the point is to put me down, but I really don't think that part was necessary. If you want to tell us how well you did, then let's leave it at that. Tool number 3, take space. If you feel triggered, don't feel obligated to stay in the discomfort. You can take your uncomfortable little self to a safer place. Tool number 4. Set good rules, boundaries, limitations. That includes how long you stay, where you stay, what you bring, etc. Carve out your needs and wants, and it's okay to make them known. Tool number 5. Bring in what I call your 4 healing agents on board. By healing agents, I'm referring to your protective parent, your nurturing parent, your guide, and your adult. They will help you through, and this is all done internally. These are all internal states. Remember, your protective parent will not only protect you from outside forces, but also any internal unhealthy talk that is going on within you. It will come in and tell your own critical voice or catastrophizing voice to back off, leave you alone. Your nurturing parent's job is to come in and validate, comfort, soothe, reassure you by saying things like, I know how frustrating it feels to have your mother make it all about her all the time. You've got this. I'm here for you. It's going to be okay. And then the guide chirps in as the mentor and teacher for you to learn the lessons presented by being with your family. It may say, you're no longer 7 years old. You are a fully grown adult, and just because your family has not changed doesn't mean you have to revert back to your old self and behave as a 7-year-old. And then the adult takes care of business, and it might decide for you to leave the table for a few moments or have a different sort of conversation rather than getting hooked by your mother's narcissism or your father's critical nature. Tool number 6. Listen to your internal gut. Hear what you want and need. Don't rationalize and stay in an uncomfortable situation for longer than you need by making excuses for others or rationalizing, it's not really that bad. It's only 5 more hours. Tool number 7. Careful about filling your negative bucket label. Now these buckets are different than the buckets that kids, make your day, add something to your day, take away something. This bucket is different. This bucket is a label that we put on, and then what we do is we collect our data to fit our hypothesis. So, example, if you're walking into count all the times your cousin is drunk, it's going to ruin your time because you're focused on collecting data to fit your hypothesis by counting all the things he or she does that makes you upset. Instead, try walking with a bucket with a label that says, "Oh, my cousin is so funny," and collect all those times. I'm telling you, it will make you feel a whole lot better if you're focused on what makes you happy. And finally, tool number 8. We all wish some of our family members would be different. And when they don't become who we are, who we want them to be, or react in a way that we need them to be, we get upset, angry, let down. How about this year we walk in with no expectation? As my email tagline says, if my happiness is dependent upon someone else changing, I will live in chronic dissatisfaction. So guys, that's a wrap. I hope that you enjoy the holiday seasons and find the best of it and use some of these tools, and I'll see you in the new year. Bye.